Hello folks, so I might get banned for this, but ZipTrader is declaring war. It is a metaphorical war, yes, not a physical war, but it is a very dangerous war nonetheless. And I want you to join me. Let me explain. So there are two schools of thought in this world. There's the I can't and the I can. The first school of thought looks for reasons why I can't do something. I can't because I'm not smart enough. I can't because I'm too slow. I'm too fast. I'm too fat. I'm too short. I'm too tall. I can't because what will people say? I can't take that risk. I can't do this. I can't do that. I can't because the world is unfair and I am a victim of it. The I can't mentality looks constantly for reasons why I can't do something and then reaffirms that once you find them. The I can't says that I am a victim of my circumstances and I best not be trying to fix them because it's useless. My actions are futile. The I can't mindset looks only for reasons why I can't do something. But the second school of thought is I can. I may not control everything, but there's a heck of a lot I do control, and I'm going to focus on that. I'm going to fight tooth and nail to get exactly what I want, and if I do fail, oh well. At least I gave it a try. At least I said I could do something, and then I went out and did something about it. I can keep trying. I can take that risk. I can look for a way. I can figure it out. This school of thought certainly recognizes that life is unfair, but you know what they think is even more unfair? Saying I can't when there's almost certainly a chance. Saying I can't when there's almost certainly a way. Saying I can't when there's almost certainly a door that can be opened. They believe it's unfair because I can't control everything, but trying is something that I can control. Giving it a go is something that I can control. So these are the two schools of thought. I can and I can't. And let's be honest for a second. There's an endless number of reasons why I can't is the most logical camp to be in. If you're just a numbers guy, you look at the stats, well, lots of reasons why I can't. Whatever it is that you're trying to accomplish, lots of reasons why you should just give up now. Plenty of more reasons I'd argue to give up than to keep going. Just look at all the bad shite that's going on all around the world that you have no control over. Hunger, corruption, war, disease. Maybe you have personal issues, addiction, depression. Maybe you hate your job or business. Maybe you took a shot and that shot didn't work out. Maybe someone screwed you. Maybe someone took advantage. Maybe your girlfriend ran away with your neighbor Boris. Screw Boris. There's no end to the justifications for why you should say, I can't. So if you've decided to be in that camp, well, guess what? You are in the most logical camp. But hell, I would not want to be staying in there because it's not very pretty and most people are in that group. It's very smelly, it's very boring, and it just ends in a unfulfilled death. And quite frankly, if there weren't some outliers that said I can, society just wouldn't function. We'd still be in the caves. And quite frankly, the minute that you say I can, you get real uncomfortable real fast. You feel your body transform from apathy to urgency, from lazy lethargy to fiery passion. Your brain starts trying to figure out what you can do to get there, not just, oh, how do I just stay comfortable where I am? Your brain starts calculating different moves and strategies and efforts and ways that you can organize everything to work in your favor. You go from, oh, I don't know what I want, to actively setting your sights on exactly what you want and going after it with a vengeance. Your instincts and senses awaken like you've never felt before. The minute that you say, I can, your body prepares for war. It prepares for fierce battles to come. And quite frankly, it's a lot easier to sit at home and be in the I can't group and make fun of the people that are going off to war. Oh, I'm glad I don't have to go out there. Oh, I'm glad I don't have to break my bones. I don't have to fight for anything I believe in. Oh, I'm glad I don't have to take any risks. Let me just sit here on my couch and watch SpongeBob. Oh, I don't like the way that character on SpongeBob said something. It offended me. I better spend all my days thinking about that instead of thinking about what I can do for myself and what I can do for people around me. So in other words, there's two camps. There's the I can and there's the I can't. And quite frankly, it's all a spectrum, right? Lots of people in their day-to-day lives, they choose I can in some categories and I can't in others. Definitely like that myself. Try to be more in this category, doesn't always work out. It's a spectrum and it's something that you got to be very, very mindful of. Quite frankly, this is a mind game and a personal battle that we all must fight. We may not physically be going out on the battlefield and putting ourselves at physical risk, but we do have to constantly put ourselves in situations where we're uncomfortable, where we're focused, where we're going after something that matters to us. We need to be willing to fail and we also need to be willing to put in the work. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is an ongoing war that must be fought battle by battle by battle. And this leads me to the point of this video. For ZipTrader, the next battle is starting, and I want you to join me. Back in January, I explained that ZipTrader would be going through big changes to provide a new level of value to viewers in a variety of different ways. I explained that I wanted to work towards a ZipTrader that was the biggest beacon of stock market energy, research, and actionable resources on planet Earth. And I really meant it. I want people that come into contact with my company to think, wow, that company really was a game changer. I'm so glad I found out about that ZipTrader. I'm so glad I read their research. I'm so glad I took that educational program. I'm so glad that I read their newsletter and their different breakdowns. I'm so happy it changed everything for me. That's what I want. I want to go to sleep every night knowing that that is something that we are accomplishing. And folks, we have so far to go, it's not even funny. But so far, what we've done since that video is we've built out a free email list of almost 50,000 people, which thank you if you've joined us. We've built out a text message service. We just started rolling that out the last couple of weeks ago. Make sure to sign up with that down below. We've started building out our website database at ZipTrader.com, which will start going live in a few months. We've built out a sponsored stock segment, and we've introduced our new top idea section, which has become very, very popular. However, like I was just saying, we've got a long way to go. It's going to get a lot more uncomfortable in the coming months. We're going to be taking some aggressive actions. So I want to start by explaining exactly what we're going to do moving forward in 5 different steps. Number 1, we've got top trade ideas. In our top ideas, we identify a single, carefully chosen stock that we believe is inefficiently priced or due to break out because of a combination of the business and the price action history, or one that is due for momentum based on current trends. Our first top trade idea, for example, was BRDS. We first alerted it at about 14 cents, and it ran to 32 cents at highs, which is about a 128% run in the best case scenario. Obviously, not everybody's going to be able to get the best case scenario, but in terms of optimal, that's what you're looking at. Our second top idea was JFBR. We alerted JFBR at 73 cents the night of April 9th. It rallied about 156%. Our third top idea was AEMD. We alerted AEMD at market open on the channel on April 20th, last Thursday, at about 41 cents. It ran to 75 cents by the extended hours the next day, which was about an 82% run. And then fourth this morning, we had FTech. FTech, we posted about 30 seconds prior to market open at 123-ish a share, and it ran to 183. That was about a 48% run, and we'll see if this can retain and break out again. I really like the setup today because it had a nice sell-off, and then it found some levels, found a nice support, and then it bounced off that. So we'll see if it can do something fun tomorrow, but who knows? Looks pretty interesting though. Love momentum when I see it. Now, I cannot promise you that all of our trade ideas are going to work out or that all of our research is going to be correct, but I can promise you that I'm going to do my best to present the best research that I know how to do and show the receipts, show how I came to my conclusions so that you can start asking, okay, well, do I agree with him or do I not agree with him? What can I learn based on how he breaks down a stock? What is Charlie maybe a little bit wrong on, right? All of these things are things that can help you as a trader get better. Now, our top trade ideas, it's very important that they are free because they are the sample to show you how we look at stocks, to show you how we break down a setup, to start developing that relationship with you so that later on you come back to our videos, so that you engage with our content. Top ideas are such an important segment because it is the way that we show you the value that we can provide to you in other forms of resources that we produce in the future, or in ZipTrader U, or in any sort of ZipTrader U morning briefing. Now, I know at the same time, the top ideas that we've done so far have been very, very successful, so a lot of people have been talking about them, to the point that now when we post a top trade idea, within about a minute or two, everybody on social media is now covering it. For example, I posted about AEMD last week and talked about how they were trading well below their cash and net asset value, and almost immediately word spread throughout social media and people were posting about that fact. And many other folks agreed that that was an inefficiency and an opportunity for a rallyito. As we continue to grow and as we point out more and more stocks with more and more inefficiencies or more and more powerful setups, my guess is more and more people are going to pay attention to the stocks that we cover, which is why it is so important to us and is why I'm building this company with a very clear policy for myself and anybody who works at ZipTrader. Our trading disclosure, which you can find in our terms of service link down below, says Charlie and any ZipTrader personalities who create public content on small caps, 1 billion or less in market cap, will not be allowed to own, buy, sell, or trade those small caps for 30 days after posting said public content unless otherwise disclosed. In order to build a research company that is trusted and reliable in the small cap space, we need to have this policy in place. And it has been in place and it will continue to be in place, and anybody that we hire will follow this policy. Number 2, ZipTrader U and our briefings. So ZipTrader U members get our daily morning briefings of the top catalysts we see for each and every market open morning. Now, this is our premium pre-market research specifically designed to try to pinpoint the top catalysts that you should be watching and certainly that you need to know about and have on your radar. This is different from from the top ideas, which are completely free. This is the next level of, hey, what is running in the morning? What do you need to pay attention to? And what could have a very vibrant setup? This morning, for example, we briefed on Acon at about 136 a share due to a positive phase data release. It ran to 237 at highs, which is roughly a 74% increase. Another stock we briefed on this morning was INAB, INAB. We briefed on it at about 146 and it ran to 395. This was about a 170.5% increase briefing price to highs. Also, positive phase trial euphoria. That's one of the best catalysts right now, by the way. Now, by the nature of the market and how many catalysts are dropping day in and day out, you may see more or less catalyst runs, right? Some weeks we get a ton of FDA catalysts, a ton of earnings catalysts, a ton of merger, or rather different announcements and partnership catalysts. Other weeks, nothing. Some weeks you got massive euphoria, some weeks massive dysphoria. But our goal is rain or shine. We're going to show up every single day and present what we see. Our goal with these briefings is to present our research day in and day out to get you on the front pages for some of the most need-to-know catalysts, to save you some time in your scoping process. And we will continue to do that, and this will continue to be a big part of ZipTrader, which is why I am very excited to announce our new coupon code for ZipTrader U, WAR. Coupon code WAR will get you 60% off the program. The one-time fee for the program, and this is the biggest sale we've done since Black Friday. And the reason that we have such an aggressive discount is because we're going into a very aggressive war to build this business. And that means getting very, very uncomfortable and doing things that we usually don't do. If you join us with that 60% off coupon code, you're going to get access to our daily morning briefings, our step-by-step lessons, our private chat, and other resources that you can learn about with that link down below. The next point that I want to talk about are our free email and text alerts. So when we have a new trade idea or a important piece of research we want to get out to you as fast as possible because it's urgent, well, we'll send it out via text message and or email. I'll put a link to join both of those below. You just got to push the little check mark if you want to put in your SMS number. If you've joined us the last few weeks, we've had some glitches rolling this out. It hasn't exactly been as smooth as we would have liked it to be. Oftentimes we'll send a message and it'll get delayed by carrier, and some people will have random delivery times of these messages. We'll send out a message at 6:30 and sometimes we'll hear that someone got it like 7:03 or 8 or 9, which is ridiculous. We're trying to work out all the different glitches. This is a free service, but we want to make sure that it's perfect so that your interaction with us as a company is as perfect as possible. We're still working out some of the glitches, but I think we're pretty close to having it right. Number 4, sponsored stocks. So as you know, this year we built out a pretty extensive sponsored stock segment that tends to premiere about once or twice a week, sometimes 3 times a week. In the segment, we do awareness campaigns on publicly traded companies. We'll present the setup, what the company's doing, what they're about, different forecasts, and a technical read on the chart. And as always, we'll leave it to you to be the judge and go out and do your own due diligence. Make your own decision. Remember my spiel on the risk and the frisk. And of course, I want to reiterate, when it comes to the sponsored stock segment, we're only going to talk about stocks that we believe deserve the coverage and are worth your consideration and have a setup that we actually like. So far, most of the sponsored stocks we've talked about over the last couple of months have had huge trading opportunities. We will always remind you that it's a sponsored stock, and of course, you got to do your own due diligence, whether sponsored or not. And we are going to also do some market open sponsored stock segments as well, which are more dedicated videos, and then our macro videos later on in the day, kind of like how we do the top trade ideas in the morning now, and then you do an afternoon, evening video. Number 5, macro. So it is very, very important to me personally, and I believe for you as well, that we cover some of the most important and pressing macro issues that are affecting our economy and our world today. We've covered a ton of controversial topics this year, whether it's China, crime, the invasion, sloppy government policy and spending, as well as how the government essentially falsifies a lot of the data that it gives us. And we will continue to report on these things because I believe they are so important to understand the bigger picture of how the stock market is running and why it's going where it's going. I promise to do my best to present these from a non-political standpoint with no hidden agenda, just from a business standpoint. What is going on? What do you need to know? How does this impact our economy and my money? Obviously, there's going to be a situation where some of these things overlap. And it's very, very difficult to comment on some things without commenting on the political side of it. It's very difficult to criticize a policy without criticizing who made the policy. It's very difficult to criticize China without criticizing the overall relationship we have with China. It's very difficult to talk about the Fed or regulatory issues or even crime without getting into some political undertones. For us, though, and the viewers that we're trying to target, well, we can handle some controversial, tough topics. We can go through it like adults. Anyways, folks, I really, really appreciate your support as we build out this business. I hope that we can make you proud. And I hope that you'll join us for our free email and text alerts down below. I hope that you'll subscribe to the channel, and I hope that you'll stick with us watching our videos for years to come.